Welcome to Locker Room, everybody. I'm your host, Justin Lindler. I'm joined by Perry Dominici, and for the first time, Jake Homan. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Happy to be here.
Pleasure to be here.
So let's jump right in. So the Lakers started 0-3 for LeBron James and the Lakers started 0-3, and this is the first time LeBron started 0-3 in his career, first time since 2004. So the Lakers have won 2 games since then. They're on a 2-game win streak. They play in San Antonio tomorrow night as of this recording. Jake, we'll start with you. What do you think about the Lakers this year? How do you think? As this team, if you remember last year, the Cavaliers also had early season struggles. There was a lot of panic going around, but they ended up making the finals. So this team, obviously much younger, not as experienced as the Cavaliers were. What do you think of the Lakers and LeBron James thus far?
I mean, I think there's no worries about them making the playoffs. LeBron is LeBron.
Right.
And this LA team he's got so many more weapons to use and utilize than he did in Cleveland. And so I think just that itself gives him the ability to, the Western standings would be, complicated and confusing because, well, the West is the West, but yeah.
So that last year there was 6 games of separation between plenty of teams. It was crazy towards the end there. I think it'll be the same this year.
Yeah, I remember.
2 through 8 were all 6 games in. Yeah.
See, I'm a Spurs fan, and I remember last year where there was with 3 games left in the season, we were either going to be the 3 seed or the 7 seed. It was ridiculous. So, Perry, what about you? What do you think about LeBron and the Lakers far this year?
We've seen it with LeBron before joining new teams. There's always a learning curve. Even when he joined Miami, for as good as that team was, they had early struggles. And with this team this year, as you mentioned, such young assets, it's going to take a learning curve to get playing with LeBron. But the caliber of a leader he is and the team player that he is, he'll get these guys on track, and I think they will definitely make the playoffs. And the game last night against Denver, I think, was an indication of how high their ceiling is because they had Lance playing well. Lonzo was doing everything for the team. He looked great in that game. I think LeBron just knows how to get guys better, and they'll be fine.
Yeah. Just a projection of what seed are you guys thinking around they'll end up in?
I'm thinking either...
You think upper 4 or lower?
Between 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 and 6.
I think a little bit lower, maybe 6 or 7, but somewhere around that range.
And that's not a knock on the Lakers or LeBron, it's just the Western Conference. It's so
just
stacked.
Yeah.
It's so tight towards the back
you got
every
the
year.
Rockets, the Warriors, and the Thunder and Spurs, all of them.
Yeah, Thunders are still winless this year.
They are, yeah.
They are.
0-4. All right, moving on, talking some baseball. World Series. Game 3 will be tonight as of this recording. Perry, big Red Sox fan. How are you liking the Red Sox so far? How many games? How's this going for you think?
I think with 3 games in LA, the Dodgers can win 1. That's a long stretch to be on a different coast, not at home. But you just can't have any complaints about the way the Red Sox have played. Their big concern coming in was the bullpen. It's been lights out in the first 2 games. They get 5 or 6 innings from Price and Sale in the first 2 games, and they're set. And also the back end of the lineup is hitting. You're getting production from guys like Sandy Leon, Jackie Bradley Jr., who just won the Championship Series MVP.
Yep.
When you have all facets of your team working like that, for as good as the team is, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I think it goes 5 and the Sox take it.
You, Jake?
Oh, well, I think, like you said, their pitching assets have been just phenomenal in the first 2 games, and it's going to be up to Eovaldi to actually, take care of that tonight in Game 3. But I think the Red Sox are going to take it either in 4 or 5 because this is by far the best Red Sox team we've seen in franchise history.
And I think a big piece we forgot to mention was David Price finally getting over that playoff hump. He's got 2 straight wins now after having a terrible postseason record prior to this. It just, if you can have Sale and then Price going into a playoff series, you're going to be set for a win.
I'd like to see the Red Sox win in 6 just because I'm a big fan of, I like seeing the home team win the World Series, and you have all the fans joining you in
especially
the
at a stadium
celebration.
like Fenway. I mean,
exactly.
that would change it completely.
So, I mean, and then just, you work all season to win that, and you just get booed during your celebration. I mean,
the only place where that was fun was Yankee Stadium because then you could celebrate in their clubhouse.
Well, right.
They actually haven't won in Fenway in a very long time because
Really?
they didn't clinch. They didn't clinch for the LADS, and then
I think 2013 World Series was the last time they won at Fenway. They closed it out there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I do think it'll be 4 or 5 for the Red Sox, but I would like to see it in 6 just because I'm a big fan of the hometown team winning at home. So as we always do to wrap up this show thus far this season, we do NFL predictions. So we're going to jump right on into them. The first game we have Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars will meet in London at Wembley Stadium. Jake, we'll start with you. Who do you like in the Eagles-Jaguars matchup?
I'm not normally saying that the Eagles win because I'm a Cowboys fan, so we have some distant rivalry there. But I think the Eagles will take this one just because Jacksonville is struggling right now. Blake Bortles has not been, the Blake Bortles we know, but he's also been I mean, they took him out last game and put in Cody Kessler. So
Yeah.
they did say he would start the game, but their defense is not even looking that good either. We thought they were going to be one of the best teams, the best defenses in the league this year, but so far it's yet to prove that.
Yeah. Joe Barry.
And I'm going to go with the Jaguars in this one because as many struggles the Eagles have had, or as the Jags have had, the Eagles have had plenty as well. I mean, their defense does not look like it was last year. And we've seen historically how well Blake Bortles has been played in London. They need this win to keep up in their division with Houston winning 5 straight games. So I think they get a bounce back, get some confidence in their quarterback, and stay in the division race.
Both teams really need this win, to be honest.
That they do.
Yeah. There's no reason the Panthers should have won that game last week against
Yep.
Philadelphia. Philadelphia looked back to normal themselves. That fourth quarter, Philadelphia beat Philadelphia.
Yep.
They beat
Yeah.
themselves. Only ran the ball one time in the fourth quarter, so that's a little bit to blame on the coaching. I do think that Philadelphia bounces back, learn from their mistakes from last week. I think the Eagles take this. Speaking of the Panthers, they're hosting the Ravens Sunday. Perry, we'll start with you. Who do you like in this red-hot Ravens and Panthers matchup?
I do like the Panthers in this one. Their offense has looked a lot better. Cam's been more guys included. Funchess is finally getting the catches he needs, and Christian McCaffrey's having a great year so far. I think they have enough weapons to get over that great Ravens defense, and it will be a good game. But I think the Panthers pull it out.
All right, Jake.
I'm actually going to have to go with the Ravens on this one because I don't think the Ravens should have lost last week's game against New Orleans because Justin Tucker missed the extra point.
Yeah.
And
First time ever.
Yeah,
First
that's
time.
never
Not do that,
happened.
yeah.
Literally
like,
never.
and I think Baltimore's defense is actually looking really, really good this year. And I'm just going. That's my gut feeling. I'm going the Ravens on this one. So
Yeah, it pains me to say it. I'm a Panthers fan, but I do think the Ravens win as well. I don't think if the Carolina plays the way they did last week, they're not going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get that kind of opportunity like they did last week. So I do think the Ravens defense, quite honestly, contains Panthers offense and wins this one pretty easily, I think. The undefeated Rams are hosting the Packers on Sunday. Jake, who do you like in that one?
this is a tough one because I know the Rams are the Rams and they're 7-0, and
Yeah.
I don't think they'll go undefeated though because the next 4 games they've got the Packers. All right, let's say the next 3 out of the 4 games they got Packers, Saints, and Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
They're bound to lose one of
Very
those
tough
games.
stretch for them.
It's a very
Yeah.
tough stretch, and this is just the first step of that tough stretch, and we will see that on the field here. But I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. I think they'll get. I think it'll be a close game with Aaron Rodgers, coming back off a bye and everything. But
The Packers' record doesn't really indicate a very threatening team, but
Yeah.
they are a really good team. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, you're always going to be good.
we always know what he's capable of.
Yep.
So I mean,
Yeah.
he could pull off anything.
Very.
Yeah. Well, the Packers' defense has just been very bad this year. I mean, there's no other way to
Yeah.
put it. And the
Yeah.
Rams have probably the best offense in football. They're the best team in football. They have the best offense in football.
Yeah.
I think they're going to dominate the Packers' defense, but you will get that Rodgers magic, keep it close. But I think the Rams do pull this one out as well.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm taking the Rams as well in this, but I do think, like you mentioned earlier, in this stretch they have, they're bound to lose 1, maybe 2 of those games coming up. So I'm taking the Rams as well. Sunday night, the New Orleans Saints are traveling to Minnesota and play the Vikings. Perry, start with you. Who do you like?
I like the Saints in this one. Their offense has really been clicking the past few weeks, and the Vikings' defense is not stepping up to their expectations. They do get Everson Griffin back this week, which I think will be a help, but it's going to be a shootout, and anytime you have Drew Brees in a shootout, you got to go with him. So I'm going to take the Saints.
Yep.
Jake?
I agree as well. I think it'll be a shootout, and I think the Saints take this one. But this matchup has its history because Saints first
last
time
year.
coming back to Minnesota since the miracle last year. And to be honest, they shouldn't have won that game either.
No,
and I
tackled their
think-
own defender, and there goes
Yeah.
Diggs.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going with the Saints in this one. So
I like the Vikings in this one. I do like the offense of Minnesota. I do think that the Saints won't be as consistent. Just the only factor I really like in this one is the home crowd of Minnesota.
Yep.
They do seem to come out rowdy typically, so I like the Vikings in this one. And finally, on Monday night, New England are traveling to Buffalo, play their division rival Buffalo Bills. Jake, can start with you.
well, I think this is an easy one because right now
Yeah.
the Patriots, like you said, the Rams have the best offense. I could put the Patriots up there right now.
Yep.
Because the past 4 weeks in their 4-game winning streak, their offense has been unstoppable.
And Josh Gordon's really been great for that. For that
Brady's
team.
definitely
Yes.
starting to develop some trust with him, and he's
Oh, yeah.
looking for him. We saw last week on 4th down, they went for him on a fade, and you don't normally see that with the guy who's been in the team with 2-3 weeks. So
And
Yeah.
with Sony Michel out, this provides James White to get more touches, and he's been phenomenal this season as well. Him and Michel both have, but
Yep.
I think they'll still pull it out. I think Who's starting? Derek Anderson, I believe.
Derek
right?
Anderson, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Anderson, he was on the team like 12 days before his last start, and we saw what that did for them. They have no weapons on offense. Kelvin Benjamin is just mentally checked out. He does not want to be in Buffalo.
Nope.
LaShawn McCoy has struggled this year. I think it's going to be a blowout. The Patriots offense, like you said, has been clicking. They reach that point in the year where they start off slow, and then they get their receivers developed, they get their system working, and they just can't be stopped, especially against a bad Bills team. I think the Patriots win easy.
Yeah, I'm sure that was difficult for you to decide, Perry.
You know,
Yeah,
a little bias in there.
Yeah, I like the Patriots in this as well, just for the reasons you guys have already stated. The Bills are not nearly as complete as the New England Patriots are right now. I do think the Sonny Michel injury is devastating for that team, but Brady will find a way.
Yep.
He always does. It doesn't matter.
Could be without Gronk too, but I really don't think it's going to be a problem. Too many weapons.
I don't think Gronk is going to be in the league much longer, to be honest.
It's
I'm surprised he came back this year.
yeah.
Whenever Brady's gone, Gronk will be gone as well.
Yeah, he doesn't want to
yeah.
play with anybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both going to leave.
In his own words, that's his quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you guys coming back on.
Yep.
Feel free to come back anytime. We'll be back next week with more Locker Room. I've been Justin Lindler. This is Jake and Perry. We'll see you guys next week.